Let's tackle step 1, the alignment problem. Notice how the vocabulary divides neatly down the middle based on corporate motives. Tech giants rely on operational, sanitizing phrasing like liability mitigation and AI governance. They view it as a software risk problem. Meanwhile, human rights advocates view it through an ethical, socio-political lens. They speak of algorithmic bias and systemic discrimination. As an executive, knowing this distinction helps you decode the actual intent of opposing parties in a negotiation. Let's just take a moment to have a look at 3 of the words here. Mitigation is to make something less of an impact. You can mitigate something so it doesn't create such a strong impact. Bias, very similar to discrimination. If you have bias towards something or bias against something, means you favor that. And robustness is the quality of being strong and in good condition. Let's pause on 2 crucial phrasal verbs. First, to push back. Notice how we use the preposition against right after it in a business setting when resisting an outside policy. And second is to clash over. Teams clash over priorities, features, or timelines. Use these terms when describing friction within project planning or regulatory adjustments. Moving to step 2, let's look at this resistance in action on a global scale. Biometric tracking ecosystems are expanding rapidly everywhere. However, global civil rights groups aren't just letting it happen. They are actively pushing back. From a business stance, this resistance means companies are hitting unexpected regulatory checkpoints, directly impacting project launch windows. The massive is incredibly big, huge, very large. And blocks are something that impedes your progress. It creates an obstacle. It blocks you, a blockade. Rollout is the implementation of something from the actual day that you say, this is the day to deliver. From there, you roll out your strategy. So if you have a shifting rollout timelines, it means your deadline is moving to a different time. Now let's examine step 3, the new digital divide. The term used to mean who had a physical internet connection. Today, it means who has access to unbiased, culturally representative AI models. Because dominant platforms build and train algorithms primarily using Western corporate data, developing economies face structural exclusion. This shift is a key point to raise when debating international corporate scaling. Just 2 words I want to draw your attention to here. So unbiased, we talked about bias earlier. If you are unbiased, so it means you have no preference, you are very objective about something. And exposed is to reveal something, to show it. In this case, if you leave developing economies exposed to massive risks, it means that they are open, but not in a good way, because it's a risk. So they're exposed, they're vulnerable. To round out our vocabulary toolkit, let's look at 2 idioms for strategic discussions. If your company takes proactive, ethical measures, you stay ahead of the curve. You act before regulations force you to. And when your business builds solutions for underserved markets, you are working to bridge the gap. These expressions help frame ethical challenges as forward-thinking business opportunities. Let's just draw your attention to tighten. If you tighten something, it becomes firmer or stricter or less movable. Disparities talks about noticeable differences, whereas variances are the qualities or amount by which things differ. To summarize, mastering tech English requires you to balance technical risk language with ethical risk language seamlessly. Now I want to hear from you. Head to the comment section below and let me know which of these elements poses the greatest challenge to global enterprise operations. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Executive Masterclass.